Oh, good night. Have I been talking to myself this entire time? No wonder nobody's chiming in. I had the mute button. Oh, dude, we're doing the whole thing over again. Hi, welcome to the call. Chime in if you didn't hear me in the last 4 minutes. Talk to myself the entire time. Wow, isn't technology wonderful? Thanks, guys, for chiming in. Appreciate it. Thanks, John. So we're off to a great start today. Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning on this Thursday. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Now, I think there's sound happening now. There should be sound happening now. All right, so we're talking about Amazon Prime Day, in case you weren't wondering. There is going to be a lot going on with Prime, and then we're also going to talk about product research. That's always what we do around here. Now the sound is on. Thank you, John, for pointing that out. Sorry about that, guys. That was crazy and awesome, both at the same time. Crazy awesome. We are talking about private label. We're talking about product research. We're talking about anything like retail, wholesale, online arbitrage. We're talking about products. So here we go, guys. Amazon Prime Day is coming up. That's one of the things I wanted to cover with you because we're now headed into the fourth quarter, and it is going to be the crazy fourth quarter. First up in October, we have Prime Day. Hey, Robert, thanks for joining the call. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for joining in here. We got Veronica. Hey, hello. Good to see you. William says, can hear you now. John says, can hear you now. Excellent, guys. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. We're talking product research. We were talking about it for 5 minutes before the call started, but nobody could hear me, so I'm talking to myself today. Awesome. So Prime Day, let's catch that first, right? Prime Day is definitely something of importance coming up in October. It's going to be the 13th and the 14th of October, which is going to be obviously coming up in just a few weeks for those who are prepping off. It's going to kick off on Tuesday, October the 13th, and it's going to go through Wednesday the 14th. And here's the interesting thing, folks. There are 2 new countries joining for the first time this year. Turkey and Brazil will be joining in. So there's new marketplaces opening in Prime. And of course, all the other Prime members, the US, UK, UAE, Spain, Singapore, Netherlands, Mexico, Luxembourg, Japan, Italy, France, Germany, China, Canada, Belgium, Australia, Austria are all going to be chiming in as well. So all those countries plus Turkey and Brazil are going to bring in a lot of things happening in those 2 days for Prime. So if you're stocked up, ready to go, Amazon FBA sellers, and even if you're doing any other kind of selling on Amazon, everyone's going to see a lift, which is going to be fun for that. And then, of course, we move into November, which obviously November turns into the holiday season. That's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's going to be crazy too. So make sure you're getting your products in. If you don't make Prime Day right now, you know, that's the way it works. But if you can get your products in ahead of the holidays, that's fantastic too. So in November, we're going to see those sales ticking up probably a week before the end of the month because retails are not going to be open. Big box retails are already saying they're not going to be open. So that means places like Walmart and Target and Dick's Sporting Goods and a bunch of others have now proclaimed that they will not be open on that Friday unless they somehow decide to renege on those current policies. Most all of that stuff is going to come online, which means very good e-com stuff for that month of November. And then, of course, you guys know Christmas is coming up. So for the first couple, 2-3 weeks into December, that will be raging too. So we now have October, November, and December for the fourth quarter of 2020. And as crazy as this year has already been, we're anticipating that fourth quarter is going to go nuts, as you can probably see from just the things that are lined up in the next 90 days. So Paul, loud and clear. Thanks for joining, Paul. Appreciate you. Terry, great to see you. Thanks for chiming in. So we're doing product research today, folks. As always, it is, what the hell do I sell? It's the same question that everybody comes into, and we're going to answer it in the next 20 minutes together. So let's get ready to go. We are talking about products. We're talking about ideas. I always like to use one of my favorite methodologies to deploy here every Thursday as you guys get into the habit of doing this. It is important to understand the habit of product research and becoming a component of your normal process. Then you can turn that into a standard operating procedure, and then you can purchase virtual assistants in there who can start pulling these products in. Now, I have a 20-year-old account here. I call this order mining, for lack of a better thing. Go in and look. I have a historical 20-year account. You guys probably have an old account too, most likely all of you to some degree. There's 28 pages of stuff to data mine who've been buying products and stuff in here for years. There's 10 per listing here in terms of the page, and then obviously it just keeps going backwards. So I like to come here and play around. I like to see what the girls are ordering. What they're playing into. It always opens new niches and things to get into. My daughter got sick last week and had a terrible kidney infection, and thankfully she pulled through with IV antibiotics and stuff. Her kidneys were shutting down. It was a terrible thing. But we managed to pull that off, and she's all better now, and she's checking out great, and the antibiotics and infection and stuff is doing and going down and doing what it should be doing, which is fantastic. But we had to order some medical supplies to help her out while she was here at home healthcare because she was IV laying on the couch. So we got some bandage wraps here. We got some reusable wrist stuff. My wife ordered like an IV stand and just opened up a whole line of opportunity for home health care, which, guys, if you've never touched into that market, there's a lot of products in home health care. So in just one particular niche, there's an area of opportunity for you guys to look into. You don't have to do, obviously, home health care or the niche or the products within it. I just want you to see that as you move laterally through your own data mining, literally your own product mining inside of your own seller account, you will find product ideas. What you want to do, obviously, is look to the questions. What did you ask yourself? Why did I search on these things? Why did I get in here and buy these? Who is somebody else like me that I can name? And it's very important for you guys to start at that point with the product research. So we're literally coming in, we're looking for product opportunities. Like I mentioned, the home healthcare was a big component, and as homeschoolers, we buy a lot of school supplies and stuff here. So there's things like binders and stuff. My 8-year-old Fire Stick thing I had before died, so we finally got a new one of these that was like 8 years old. So we got the new Fire Stick TV, which is not something you obviously want to buy. This one was interesting. I saw this the other day. My wife got this for me because I was talking about needing to clean out the lint and junk that's inside of my dryer. So just think through that normal process of activity in your life. Think through the tools and the things that you use. Well, I needed something to clean out the vent that's all within the dryer. And I'm like, well, what am I going to use to do that with? And she got on and she found one of these and she bought it. So literally, this is just what appears to be 7 images. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the same of the same picture. They're barely trying. And they're not selling a ton of these either. But I wanted you to see the idea and the concept, not necessarily the product exactly. But the idea and the concept here is someone is wanting to clean stuff in their laundry room. The laundry room in its own right could be a niche. And if you just go into that and you start to think about what you're buying and who else is buying these, you start to go into these whole other areas of product and product-related things that maybe you never thought of, right? Or didn't think of. So let's just play with this niche a little bit today and just show you how we can think through this logically through, mining our own data, really from our own seller account, right? Doing our own order mining to come in here and look for product opportunities that maybe you had never considered before. Now, you can even get up to, here's a crossover. That's a bidet, literally, for the toilet seat, up to $362. I guarantee you there's profit in that one. But we're looking for little products. We see products over here. We see different types of cleaning and vent brushes. At this point, I'm just basing it on price and idea. So I'm just data mining, and I'm doing it at the macro level, which means I'm looking at the market niche first. And I'm asking myself, who does this serve? Who does this serve? Who would get from this? What kind of products would they buy? What other kind of products would they buy as I do my product research into this? And how am I going to move laterally or vertically in these products to expand out what we call in our ASIN 360 coaching and mentorship, our 5x5 methodology. And that is to deploy these 5 products into a brand. And so we're looking for product opportunities that will go across. Some of these may be a little bit too cheap. Some of them may be too weighted, too heavy in electronic. But there are going to be opportunities in here for all kinds of things others may have thought of, but you didn't think of, that are going to create some competition opportunities for us to look at. And we're obviously going to want to go after all the normal data points, determine some relevancy in here. Now, the team told me this morning as I was going live, they're like, we got a couple data points that are broken. We got a new release coming out. I'm waiting for them to produce it so we can get it in the store and approved. So there are a couple data points on ASIN Inspector that are not running right now due to that update that's coming. So just be aware of that. It will automatically push to your browser when it's done. So we are looking at different valuations. People kind of like this, profitability valuations. We can see that, if we had a 35% cost of goods over here, and we could get the product for $5.95, our net payout would be $8.71, making it not terribly profitable. Below the $5 makes it red. These are our metrics that we like to deploy for private label sellers, and so you would obviously want to consider that as a private label seller for this type of product. Now, in terms of pricing and stuff, there's a lot of things that look good about this kind of product, but it doesn't always match up in the numbers, right? It doesn't match up in the numbers, so we have no emotional attachment to it. But at this point, we are now looking for lint removers or products that have to do with the laundry and home. Give me a yes or a hey or a I got it, or if you're following this train of thought, through literally my order mining of my own into a lint brush that led me to laundry, which is now opening up the niche of laundry goods and supplies and brands around the home and laundry for people who want to keep clean laundry, do their laundry. Give me a yes if you followed the logic of through this mining exercise. That's what I want you guys to train your brain on, okay? So if you're following along with me in the background, give me yeses. So I know that you guys are following along with this concept, because it's leading us into the products, because we started to find out who we're going to serve first, and then we're going to back that in. Thumbs up works too. If you want to give me a thumbs up, you want to like, you want to share this to anybody else, that's cool too. Share, share, share. Give me a Roger, give me a like, give me a heads up, give me a howdy, howdy. So we want to make sure, to stay away from bestsellers, because those are going to be high competition, high saturation. We're looking for things like maybe in the more wish. We're looking for the gifted. Don't want to go under 25, because now your profit's going to disappear. Things top rated means these are the people who've been here maybe the longest. We can get ideas from there. We can get branding ideas. We don't necessarily want to sell those products because they're setting up there based on volume, not necessarily profitability. All right. So it does take you sideways, Paul, into things like, yeah, you're 100% right. It takes you sideways. Fire prevention and lint lighting and these kinds of igniting. It takes you into the other concepts of, say, even making fire supplies or fire retardant supplies for the home, right? So it opens up this line of thinking meant to flow into your more product list, right? That's what this is really about. So we're going to look at this, and with ASIN Inspector, we can come over and just push the button and make that go. Now, guys, I have to tell you something very important as I push the button on ASIN Inspector today. I have some very exciting news that's going to be released here shortly. You guys are going to be one of the first people to hear about that. ASIN Inspector was acquired by a company, and it will be changing over here very shortly. In fact, today's the official day. And then in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to be launching Phoenix version 2 of that, which will become the rising out of the ashes, if you will, will becoming a turning over a new leaf for ASIN Inspector, meaning the ASIN Inspector will eventually sunset into the distance, and off will it go into the great beyond, and it will be reborn as Phoenix, the tool that will replace it as part of the package of 6-leaf that we'll be bringing to the market very shortly. We're super excited to make these announcements here soon to everybody. We're building a brand new vision, a product resource management that we're going to call our PRM, and product relationship management that is going to be really more of an extension beyond just product research, but the movement of products through the life cycle and all the way to marketing. Super excited to bring that about. Everybody who's an ASIN customer will know about that shortly. And we're going to get some special value for all of you guys. So don't worry, you're coming along with us for the ride as valued customers. But I'm excited to let you all know that 6-leaf will now become the next evolution of our movement deeper into the private label community in support of all of those activities. So super excited to announce that to you guys today. It's very fun. A lot of cool things happening there. So we opened up this, and we're now looking across the board for all the products that were currently under lint removers on that search. Now, because of the way that page is engineered by Amazon, it's not actually finding a keyword, it's just finding the lint removers. So you'll see it says no keyword up here, it just says Amazon, but it is showing us everything that's on this page, which is giving us kind of a macro view, right, of what's happening with these individual products. Now, of course, we're looking for green lights on the gross profit. We're looking for green on the rating. We want to see decent ranking. Products in the 50 to 100,000 BSR are really where our opportunities are going to lie to improve and grow. It's products like this you would not sell. Their ranking, their brand name, they're going to be tough to beat, right? That's a Bounce. Who doesn't know about Bounce, right? And so you're going to be careful to move into some of those areas like Scotch-Brite and stuff for this particular kind of product. But you can see there are other opportunities. There are open spots. There's not a terrible amount of estimated profit based on their current sales volume, based on their current BSR, and based on where they're standing. But there's some opportunity in there to find some products doing upwards of, $15,000. What is this one? This is a pet fur lifts off your clothes. Now, that's not a complicated product. Let's look at this one for a second. This is clearly a branded FBA product. It is not terribly complex. It's got some nice branding. They got about 9,000 ratings. That's not great for anybody who wants to enter the market with them. But they're doing about $60,000 a month in revenues. They're doing about $15,000 a month in profit, which is just about right on target. But as you can see, there's not a terrible amount of profit for this. And this literally, the success of this product has to do with its time in market. But it does have particular opportunities. We can see other competitors in here who are running this for a long ways, innovating, creating differences in this product. We wouldn't obviously approach that product directly, never do that. But we're looking at competition to see, is there other opportunities for products like this? And it literally has to get down to the numbers, folks. And as we see the numbers, they don't necessarily work out for your gross profit. And that's one of the reasons why this wouldn't be a great product. It sells at a lower price point and a lower profitability. But you can see the opportunity is definitely there for someone who's been in time in market. Now, could you innovate it? Sure, you could innovate that product. I think you could. And it's definitely another private label seller who's hanging out. That's a Scotch brand product, more Scotch brand products. So too many brand names in there are definitely making me nervous about that particular niche. But what's not really important about that point is that that is a product branding situation at that point, and you are going to really fight with some major brands if you try to tackle that market specifically. But let's keep moving. We did find profitable products, so in all essence, the goal was met. There are profitable products in there. Whether you should sell them there or not is going to be up to your due diligence process on your own or with the support of one of our training programs, which you guys can check out too if you're interested. Go over to asin360.com. Check out what we're doing at asin360.com if you guys are interested in moving to the next level. Take 19 minutes to find out why you never need to worry about picking products ever again. Definitely want to check that out, guys, if you are serious about moving into private label or expanding private label out. So let's keep looking along here because I wanted to move laterally. Like, I want to go back to this product for a second, but I want to move. Actually, I'm going to move horizontally. I'm going to see what products are selling across from this that might make interesting opportunities. Here's a different kind of ball here. We've got a different. So we moved from lint to laundry, which is actually sort of taken us over to the dog niche only because it matched up with lint removal, right? So now if you watched how we transitioned that, we're still sort of in the same place, but not exactly. We're moving lint for a different reason, and it's a different kind of niche. And you can see how we moved there as you've been paying attention to this. So if we were to go back to just lint removers specifically, what I would want to do up here is look at, lint removers. And I'd actually want to go to, let's go back to the very beginning here. Go back to Amazon.com directly. Lint removers. And I kind of want to look at either specifics. Now, we were talking about dryer, cleaning supplies. We were sort of down in this area. Lint removers itself is very big. That's too broad up here. So let's just say we were back at the dryer level again. That's kind of a niche within a niche, if you will. 612 results puts us down pretty low in that node, which is great because there is not going to be a terrible amount of competition, which is obviously something we don't want to mess with. We obviously don't want to mess with a lot of saturation, as you know. And we're looking at these particular products. There's a couple of different variations I see. There's some similarity up here, but again, because it's the same brand, you can see selling two different variations of the same product. They're kind of dominating. That's why you see it. But then immediately I notice there's a difference in brand, difference in product, difference in type, which is cool. So let's just let this go to work over here for a minute. And then let's dig in here just a little deeper. We see the balls, we see the others, we see the brushes, we see the vacuum attachments. We got 2 packs of things. We got 12 packs of those. We got stuff all over the board. We got regular wool dryer balls, which is not necessarily about cleaning as much as it is about the type of laundry you're creating. And you can see, let's pull back here for a second. We got some of those majors in there. Let's go ahead and refilter these results. I changed that up the other day. So let's go greater than 4.5. And then let's look for products that have more than, let's say, $10 in profit. All right, so that doesn't leave us with a whole lot. That leaves us with this. What is this? $1,700, 7-piece. Oh, it's a chimney rod kit. So we went way off script over here all of a sudden. And we have moved into brushes that are cleaning chimneys, which is a whole nother niche. Fire cleaning supplies. That's a whole different niche. We could dive into that one for the next hour, literally. But what it did was it opened another niche of possibilities, another product line that maybe somebody hadn't thought of, or maybe you do have products in this niche, and this is something that you can continue to work on. It does have some profit, $1,700 a month. Not terribly great, but hey, I wouldn't turn down $1,700 a month if it was given to me. I don't think you guys should either. We've got not the greatest rating in product, but we got a decent price point and we've got a decent profitability margin. Those are all good factors to look at. And again, we're not necessarily going to sell this exact product, so that's not really of terrible importance. We just want to know where this product market is. We have them with an 18-foot kit that looks like it's getting a bit higher price point with better ratings. So this might be a better comparison. Now we're up to $2,700 a month. Okay, that's a product that runs $2,700 a month. It wouldn't be too bad to have a product like that. Hopefully there's not too much reverb. I'm not sure why there would be, although maybe the internet is slowed down a little bit, which could cause some reverb. Let's turn that off. Let's see here. We've got a decent listing by somebody who has actually taken some time to put the pictures together. They say it's made in the USA, which may or may not be true. It could be assembled in the USA, which is kind of a marketing play on words. It's got some decent rating, not terribly, a lot of opportunity for ranking a product like this at 48,000. There's still a lot of room to see growth in the product sales for this kind of product. And it's getting some, 82%, some decent reviews. So this would be a good one to model a little bit. It says halfway worked. I had to call. So I would read something like this, guys, and I would look at this and see if there's any opportunity for an innovation that could make this a bit stronger and create a differentiation of this product. Similarity and familiarity equal trust, if we remember that concept. That's very powerful. We know we got to get our cost of goods around $17.48. This could definitely be one to dig into. And we went, again, you see how we through this process of removals and lint removals. I was looking for something that met a specific business criteria, which meant I wanted something that had decent rating and had decent product expectations to consider the product within this niche. And it really took me a different direction. So, William, I don't know if it's echoing for everybody else or it's just you. If it's happening to other people, please let me know. Maybe it's an internet thing. It may not be on my end at all. But let me know if I can change anything. I will. So we've got strong fiberglass, heavy-duty fittings. This is not a great value proposition here. And no one is actually showing these products in use. They're just showing the product. So there's a lot of opportunity for a listing like this to increase its ranking. For those of you who are sellers already, there's opportunity to take a product like this and actually increase its ranking and get it selling better by building a better listing because there's definitely more money in a product like this. So guys, I wanted to show you what we were doing here. You've obviously seen how we've gone laterally. You've seen how we have moved this conversation from particular products to a specific area where I was trying to pinpoint a profitability and a business opportunity. I was not tied to lint removers for dryer, but I am tied to making money. And I'm looking for a product that makes me money. I see a product that has a good potential for ranking, a good potential for profit opportunity, and a good potential to actually grow with some innovation. Because again, I'm not going to create this exact same product. I'm going to create a variation of it. If you don't understand anything that I'm saying, then it's definitely something you want to go look at my theasin360.com video, check out what we're doing, and then understand how private label works and the language that works, and obviously what we're doing with our coaching and mentorship to take you to the next step of increasing your Amazon IQ and helping you understand what you should do with a listing like this in order to make it become a really great seller. This product and this particular seller is on the cusp of doing some really great things, but they haven't taken advantage of it. They're missing the advantage. Here, they may be just setting on $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which they think is fine, but that could easily be a $9,000 to $12,000 or more a month product with just some really good optimizations for this particular product line that is just simply not being taken advantage of. I would come into this market, I would build a better product, I would build a better mousetrap, if you will, I would price it better, and then I would outmarket these people and get in front of all these people who want to buy a product like this, and they would buy mine instead. So that's your guys' opportunity. You can take a look at this. If you want to sell this product, that's on you. As always said as a disclaimer, we find products, we find opportunities. This one has a money opportunity for somebody who wants to get in. It's not moving a terrible amount of units every month, so it's not terribly complex. It is selling relatively decent, and you now see how we went into it, and you can also see that there's a lot of opportunity to cross over to easily get to a $3,000 to $5,000 a month profitable product line without a whole lot of upfront capital to get going, and with some good potential profit and long-term opportunity for a market niche like this. This would be potentially seasonal, so this is going to grow a bit more, so you'd want to balance out what is seasonal about this particular type of product and line, and you'd want to obviously balance that out in your expectations, because a product like this, again, is going to be potentially used between the end of September and then into, say, March or May of the next year. So if you built a product line outdoors in nature and you had these kind of products within that product line, you would obviously want to match out and balance out the seasonality of this product and build other products into that brand to keep from the ebbs and flows of seasonality and to build additional products in that would take you through summer and then back to fall and winter and around and around. This is going to have a seasonality to it. It doesn't mean that there's not an opportunity. Seasonality is a great opportunity. Just make sure you understand the logistics of that business model and these type of products. This is not a blue sky evergreen type of product, but you can create those into the brand and you can take advantage of that as well as taking advantage of seasonality. So guys, I hope you had some fun today. I hope you learned some things, saw some things, thought how to train your brain a little bit on the product research to answer that question, what the hell do I sell? We found multiple things you can sell today. The question is, should you sell them? And that's going to be the part where you do the diligence, get the training and coaching, or execute imperfectly and figure out how to get your private label products moving in the market. And as I've said to most of my trainings at this point, I'm going to end it now. But remember, guys, if you don't take time for your business, you will take time for your job. So get out there and figure out something to sell. Appreciate you guys. Be back same time, same channel next week. Have a great time. Talk to you later. Bye.